Hi guys! So do you remember this is where we finished off from the last little series of images that I showed you. I hope this audio is okay. Josh has nicked my ball mic for his music. Terrible, isn't it? Anyway, I wanted to share some of the behind the scenes footage and the rest of the shots from this shoot. I spotted this lovely spot between these two trees where the light was shining in from behind. So I put Claire in between, like leaning against this tree, and we got some lovely shots there. Really loved that spot, and it was just one of those spur of the moment things. But as you can see here, I'm getting Claire to move her head from side to side, and that just really helps to get a good angle on the face. If you get your model to just move around, slowly move their head from side to side and all around. I quite often do that. And then always just check for like the finer details, as we're doing here, like the bra straps and the hair, and make sure to keep showing the model their photos on the back of the camera. Have you ever done like, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes shooting with a model, and then you show them the shots and they say, oh, that's awful, my hair's all wrong or something, and it's like really, really disappointing if you've been shooting a long time. So I always, shortly after we start, I always go and show them the pictures and just say, is there anything you want to change straight away? And just try and be the eyes for them, if you know what I mean. So I was getting Claire here to just roll her shoulders back, and it was amazing what this did actually. It kind of gave like an instant elegance to the photo, where she just moved her shoulders in this way that relaxed them, and then they just sat back nicely, and it was just, yeah, it made a real difference. So as you know, I'm always moving around when I'm shooting, getting down low, moving all around to see where the best viewpoint can be. And what I was trying to do here was balance the shot up with the trees in the background as well, because very often if you've got trees, you can make use out of them to give the shot balance. So if you've got the model heavily on the right, but you've got a tree on the left, it will help with the weighting of the image. And as I've said before, it's always great if you can have a laugh with whoever you're working with and just really, really make it fun. This was one of my favourite poses. I loved this look on Claire, and it just suits her beautiful, calm, elegant, healing nature. She's got such a beautiful personality, and I can't wait to do more with Claire, and you're going to see more of Claire on the channel coming soon. I'm not going to tell you what it's all about, but it's going to be fun. So that's all coming up. So I am going to share some in the town, and I'm just going to let this footage run while I'm sharing some of these in the town. So you might remember seeing, if you saw my short videos on the footage of me shooting Claire in the blue dress against this wall, I got very, very excited at one point where I was shooting Claire from this position, absolutely loved that blue door on the left. I just thought it worked perfectly to balance up the shot with the blue and the blue behind. And I just said, Claire, your feet. And then she literally, I didn't say anything else, and she did this. Look at the difference, guys. She just moved her feet and they just looked so perfectly relaxed and elegant. And then we just played around with it and we found a few different positions for the feet. And that small change made all the difference to the shot. This just reminds me of, I don't know, like an oldie worldy postcard, you know. We were having a lot of fun by this point. We were really in the flow. It was all going. We were kind of in our little bubble, oblivious really to what was going on around us. I was I was kind of vaguely aware that a lot of people were smiling around us, you know, at what we were doing, and people were stopping and watching, which was really nice. But it wasn't until I watched the videos back on my phone that I realised just how many people were smiling and were, you know, enjoying the energy of what was going on. It was really lovely to see when we watched them back. I really enjoy as well doing some panoramic shots like this. I love a good panoramic. And I quite like the high key black and white. Even if the highlights are sometimes a little bit blown out, I don't mind that sometimes. I quite like the kind of simplicity of negative space, like use of white negative space in an image. I think it's got to be the right situation and the right image, but it can really work. So there was one final place that we went to, I think you'll probably remember from the shorts again, that we went into the car park and there was a beautiful red foliage. I will be sharing that in an up and coming video. So these are all for Claire's website. Claire and Helen have a website together and it's chelinair.com. Please check it out. I'll put the website up on the screen and go check out their website. That's why we wanted quite a few of the images to be smiling, because of the nature of Claire's work. We wanted a warm, inviting smile to a lot of the images. So I think we achieved a great deal of variety in these, and there's a lot of choice for Claire to keep sharing in her socials, and you know, as she's promoting what she's doing, there's a lot of different images that she can pick and choose along the coming months. So stay with me, guys, there's more coming soon, and looking forward to catching up with all this editing and yeah, getting back on my feet. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Thanks for all your support, guys. You know it means the absolute world to me.